Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stuart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hot shots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stuart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game. What if you could be a better player for the cost of one more cup of coffee a month? Get access to a growing library of lit erotica, behind-the-scenes action, and player's guides with tips on drinking, cooking, fitness, dating, sex, and life after dark. Low tier rate while offer lasts. Patreon.com, Game On with Jack. Keep it sexy and game on.
Oh, okay. So let me go right now. Okay. This is Melody, and you're listening to... Wait, fuck. This is Melody, and you're listening to Game On with Jackson Stuart.
It is time to drink, but the rookies think that is a night of shots and stupidity. The professionals, the real players, know that a good night of drinking is not only relaxing, but evolution. But how does one go from dumbass drunk to dead on cool? You need someone to give some guidance on what's a player's move at the bar versus a rookie-ass mistake. Your man Jackson has been fortunate enough to know a masterful mixologist who is also our guest tonight. Growing up half Mexican and half Filipino in Los Angeles helped shape our guest this evening. Exposure to diverse cultures growing up greatly influenced the cocktail style of Teddy Martinez. A renowned mixologist at Mescalero, the West Coast Martinez is also an avid CrossFit trainer, weightlifter, and all-around cool cat. He is also a returning guest to Game On with Jackson Stuart, and the only guest that I call fam. Guys, you have heard the introduction and the bio. Now join me in welcoming to Game On with Jackson Stuart, the one and only Teddy Martinez. Hello, fam. What's good? How you doing, man?
What up, fam? Everything's everything.
Cool, man. Cool. All right, Teddy, first up, for people that are just now meeting you that did not catch you when you were on the show last season, and if you guys did not hear that, go back because that's a kick-ass interview. It's a lot of fun. Let people know the name they can find you by, and on what platform.
Yeah, at Teddy's in the Mix, mix with 2 X's. Instagram, same thing on Twitter. I'm not really active on Twitter, but I'm active enough. And yeah, that's pretty much the 2 main spots to find me. I'm always on Instagram posting some funny memes and cocktails and what have you. So yeah, come join me there and let's have some fun.
Now, Teddy, you're a West Coast cat, but is that where you're originally born and raised?
So I was born in the Philippines. I'm half Mexican and Filipino, and I came here when I was 3, and so I've pretty much been raised in LA County my entire life.
Cool. And how'd you enter the business? How'd you get into bartending and being the cool ass social media mixologist that we know and love?
Well, as far as bartending goes, it came as a result of I was going to a gym near my house, and I befriended a couple of owners of a gastropub, and I was there already. And then I started making drinks shortly after, just for fun. And so that was that. I was just making drinks for fun, like doing it at my friend's house and what have you. And then my friends who own the gastropub, they're like, hey, we were can you do our cocktail program? And I had no restaurant experience or bar experience before. At the time I was coaching CrossFit, weightlifting, and powerlifting, doing personal training, stuff like that. So I had experience with people, but just as far as the restaurant industry or the service industry, I had no experience whatsoever. And I had experience in sales and marketing, but nothing even remotely close to what I was about to venture into. I was doing private events here and there up until that point, just easy stuff like bartending for small parties and stuff like that. Then I never thought it would turn into something. Until my friends approached me and asked me to bartend for them. So I was like, you know what? take a leap of faith. This was 4 years ago now, so been in the industry for about 4.5 years. And and then from there I started my Instagram. I had my personal Instagram, but then I started my bartending Instagram right away, and then it's been quite the journey ever since then.
That's cool, man. One thing I want to point out right there is that, sometimes you got to take a leap of faith. And I think, true players like yourself, they weigh the risk versus the gains, and they realize that the gains outweigh the risk, and they make a jump. And, that's an art form, because sometimes, there's some things you're like, I know I can't pull that off, so I'm not even going to try it.
Yeah.
But that's cool. And I want guys to totally listen to that moment. Like, sometimes you got to go out there, even when you think you can't do it. And I'm sorry, go ahead, Teddy, go ahead.
No, I was like, sometimes you just have to believe in yourself, like if you have a certain set of skills, like even though you got it, you just need a little catalyst. And luckily I had some friends that believed in me. But yeah, it's just a matter of, it's going to suck in the beginning. Obviously you're going to not be good at it, as a whole, but eventually you're going to get there.
One of the key things I use to weigh a decision is, can I live with not knowing? And it's like, if somebody goes like, hey Jack, or hey Teddy, here's this idea or this opportunity, do you want to try it or do you want in? If I say no, am I good never knowing how good it could have been?
Yeah.
And that goes with, like, if you're trying to talk to a woman at the bar or, the gym or whatever, like, can you live with not knowing if she would have said yes?
Yeah. And that answer should always be no, right? You should always want to take that chance.
Yes. I mean, you don't want to be a blazing dumbass with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be like, go up to her and be like, hey, you come here often? No.
Yeah. I think your clothes would look best on my floor. Like, you don't want to do some shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Everybody listen up right now. Teddy and I are pulling out all of our old stuff, like all of the old, all the old lines that we know don't work anymore.
Yeah, you've been running through my mind all day. Been on that treadmill.
Yeah. There was the one about, I'm going to mess it up, but it's like, you and I are, what is it, like, there's 2 letters in the alphabet that I see together, you and I, or something stupid like that.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that shit never worked.
Yeah. Like, unless you, said it, jokingly, but, some dudes will, literally, all right, this is my one line I get, and we'll just try that one.
Yeah, I remember once talking to a woman and saying, hey, I've got 4 really bad lines. Which one do you think is the worst? And I ran through them, and she thought it was funny, and we started talking. But I didn't go up there like that was the silver bullet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some guys, do you wash your pants in Windex so I can see myself? Oh, man, they don't want to hear that, bro.
Oh, man, I feel like that's a Teddy Martinez special right there.
I wish I heard it. I think I heard it on some sitcom or something.
Dude,
I was like,
dude, that's brutal, man. Who are some of your influences? I'm sorry. Who are some people that either today you look at and try and model, how you do what you do, or people that you looked at the moment that you're going to make that leap of faith, and you kind of follow their road towards success?
Yeah, I would say, first and foremost, right, I'm an LA guy, so obviously for us it's always been, God bless the dead, Kobe Bryant,
Right.
Especially being an athlete all my life, that was the blueprint, for a lot of us out here, and so we always look for that Mamba mentality, that never say die, kind of relentless, just fervor that you just take on with everything, 100% or nothing. And obviously Nipsey Hussle, God bless the dead. And just my contemporaries, like bartenders that I look up to, that I've read their books. Sasha Petrovsky, guys like that. Who else? Yeah, the Milk and Honey Bar, all the bartenders there. I've read those books. Death and Company, the people that are like setting the standard. But as far as like my work acumen, then definitely, Kobe Bryant,
And now with that having been said, we're all about leveling up here. Like being a source for guys to get tips to just, go like today you can go from being, a level 2 to level 1. So
yeah.
I got some scenarios that we're going to throw by Teddy. We're going to get some tips from him. And I know it's going to be nothing but good. So, Mr. Martinez, guys are drinking now more than ever because, the pandemic is starting to unthaw a little bit. We still want people to be careful. But we're, mask mandates and crowd size mandates are lifting a little bit. Weather's getting warmer. People are going out more outside. What are 3 tips for guys at a bar, generic setting? 3 tips right there.
3 tips in general. Let's see. 1, dress well, right? If you're going out at night, don't wear shorts. I see a lot of that. So dress well. Number 2. Another good.
Now, why no shorts? I agree with you, but I know guys are going to say, why no shorts?
I just think it's corny, man.
It is.
Dress up.
It is.
It's like only time I wear shorts is when I'm in Hawaii. Like,
yeah.
That's the only time. If I'm on an island, yeah. But if you're going out, you want to impress someone, definitely dress the part. Yeah. Number 2. Going out to a bar. Good tips. Don't look for someone to hit on.
Nice.
I think a lot of guys are always out there like, all right, I'm at the bar, like, who's my first, who's the first one? It's like, nah, bro. It's like, that's gross. Like, women can feel your energy.
Yeah.
And they can sense when someone is like trying to get something from them. So it's like, yeah. So
yeah.
Do that.
I read a great quote that said, happiness is results minus expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you go out and you don't go out with the idea of who's my first conquest, and you just like be in the moment, have a good time, you'd be surprised how much more fun that is. But all right, so we got dress well, don't go out looking to hit on somebody, and what's the third general tip for guys going out drinking?
Tip your bartenders.
I like that. Tip your bartenders. Yes.
Be cool with the bartenders, because like I've experienced it before, where like I'll see a guy like trying to talk to a girl or whatever, and he's trying to impress her, and and if he's cool, and like I'm not saying like he was gonna tip me or whatever, but like if you're cool, and it's like we'll try to help you.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hype you up a little bit, like, hey man, like, thanks or whatever, like we'll try something. But yeah, be cool to the bartender / tip well.
I always tell guys that, especially since you mentioned like fashion and what to wear, guys, don't overlook linen. Like linen in the summer is your best friend. It wrinkles if you look at it.
Yeah.
But everybody expects that of linen. So, I mean, it breathes with you. It doesn't collect heat. And it's just, it's classy, like linen and that kind of like that silk blend, if you're wearing like a Ayurveda or something like that,
Yeah.
I mean, it's and some people might say, oh my God, you look like everybody in Miami, but it's okay because Miami's hot and that's acceptable fashion out there.
And it's hot. Yeah.
Guy is out with his friends, guys night out at a bar, 3 tips. Give you a little bit more of a specific scenario.
Yeah, guys night out at a bar, 3 tips. Get the first round.
Nice.
Let's see. Don't crowd around women. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do the wolf pack, fellas. Don't do that shit.
Yeah, don't do the wolf pack thing. That thing is so corny. Guys night out. And don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, go to different spots.
You know, the first thing that you said, buy the first round, I love that. And I know sometimes guys are like, oh man, but I'm going to go broke because, you know, I'm buying like top shelf, you know, I'm buying top shelf whiskey or top shelf tequila. Nobody told you to buy top shelf, dude. Like,
Yeah, right.
like you can still just buy a pitcher of beer.
Yeah, or like get some shots from the well, like whatever generic stuff they have. Like,
Right. Yeah, I mean, and if people bitch about what you're buying, then you know who they are right there from the get-go.
yeah, and you should, and don't invite them out next time.
Dude,
Not to-
preach 100%. Um,
yeah.
Guy is out on his first date. 3 tips.
3 tips: offer to pick her up.
Nice.
Always offer to pick her up. Choose the spot. Women like it when you're a little more assertive, like, hey, we're gonna go here. And yeah, ask questions. Ask her about herself.
I like that. And yeah, I think a lot of times guys tighten up a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, they think they've done the hard work. Like the hard work was not just in asking her out. Like that's the beginning, but now you got to actually like you said, talk to her, like be invested, get some information out of her, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Next scenario, we've got guy is out on his date number 3, which usually, you know, people might consider that to be the date. If it's going to be anything physical,
Yeah.
they think the 3rd date. Well, I mean, it may not be full-blown sex, but it might be, you know, more intimate contact. What are some tips?
Yeah.
3 tips right there to help guys out.
Help guys out. Don't expect it. That's for sure.
Damn, that's a good one.
Right? Don't expect it. Date number 3. What's a good tip? It's been so long since this happened.
Damn, that's the level of the game Teddy's at, man. He doesn't even need. His first date is like date number 15. That's how good he is.
Let's see. Yeah, don't have any expectations. Yeah, treat it like you treated date number 1 and 2.
Nice, I like that.
Take her to something a little more interactive, I guess.
Oh, good, man.
Something a little more fun, not just like like dinner or something. Like, try to find some place.
Here is our pre-sex dinner.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Cause like my friend actually, she went on a date the other night, and the guy took her to Topgolf, and it was their first date. But I was like, oh, that's like a great place.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not tied down by like having to sit in one space and like stare at each other, like especially if you're competitive, you're friendly competitive, right? Don't be an ass.
Right.
You could talk a little shit. You're comfortable at this point, so you can like say some things.
You know, the toughest part about the first date being interactive, I agree with you. I think it's a great idea. I would say try and make it like half interactive and half like sit down and engage each other. Because if that first date is super interactive, it's hard to top that for the 2nd and 3rd date.
That's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So you kind of got to you're not going to do all 18 holes of miniature golf, but you might do 9.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. And like, if you get super competitive, you might say something that pisses her off.
Yes.
You might take it a little too far.
Yes. I've known guys who started talking mad shit to their first date. Like it was a guy they were playing it. So like, yeah, take that, motherfucker. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like, oh, chill.
Yeah.
If she's like that, cool. Like, if you got that out of her, fine. But generally, it's like, oh man.
Then like next week they're like, oh, Teddy, man, I called her. She didn't return my calls. It's like, because you called her a motherfucker on the first date.
You called her a motherfucker on first date. Like,
yeah.
If she says it first, then cool.
Yeah.
Don't just assume. Don't just assume anything.
I also think it's a good idea. One piece of advice I want to throw on top of this is don't get drunk at any of these. I mean, if you're out with your buddies, And I don't know, getting drunk, it's a tough thing. If you're going through something and you've got a close friend who's like a brother to you, and he's like, hey man, I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna let you get a little wasted because you just gotta take that edge off. That's one thing. But any of these other scenarios, if it's like Wednesday and you're going to town, like take it easy, man. Because drunk, and Teddy, I'm sure, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure you would agree, drunk doesn't look good.
No.
I mean, it can be funny, but it's like, especially if you're on a date, if you get drunk on a date, you are not going to see this woman ever again.
Yeah, that's like a 30th date type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just...
And like, yeah, if she sees you drunk and sloppy and... Yeah.
Yeah, even buzzed. Buzz is like a fine line. I mean, if you're dating, I don't think you should get buzzed because, like you said, they're looking for some degree of like confidence and you know, a preset plan for the night. Nobody wants to sit there and not know what they're going to do on the date. They kind of want to know that you got a plan. Yeah. And if you're buzzed off your ass and being stupid, then, I mean, you don't look good. That's not appealing, guys.
Yeah, not at all.
See, if Teddy and I ever went out, we would just get mad fucked up.
Yeah, it's because like you're with the homie.
That's right. With the fam, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
In keeping with the theme of sexiness, Teddy, what is the sexiest thing about you?
My confidence.
What makes a person sexy?
Their confidence, actually. You
know, and it's funny, and I say this on other episodes of the podcast, that is the number one answer. I think 90 of all like the models and the cam girls and the exotic dancers I've had on the show, everybody says the sexiest thing about a person is confidence.
Confidence, yeah.
And I think a lot of guys think it's like either, you know, my six pack or my sports car or my bank account. Nope. It's always confidence. Always confidence. So yeah, man, I totally agree. It's time for the quick game where we like to give our guests a chance to run through some entertaining questions. Teddy, you are born ready, so I'm not even going to ask if you are ready. Here we go. What's your favorite drink?
Ooh, are we talking cocktail here, or are we talking spirit?
We're talking whatever Teddy Martinez wants to answer is his favorite drink.
All right. I mean, at the end of the day, just like a neat pour of mezcal or bourbon. Oh, let's go with mezcal. Yeah. A neat pour of mezcal.
You guys don't know this, but I have sent Teddy snaps of tequila I'm drinking, or Instagram post, and he DMs me back just a bunch of shit talking about mezcal and tequila.
I do it to everybody.
When are you most productive? What time of day?
The afternoons for sure. I'm not a morning person at all.
What would you pick, summer or winter?
Oh, winter. Summer. Sorry, not winter. The fuck, summer all day.
Favorite number and why?
24. You guys already know why.
Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, damn.
I know.
Fuck, brother.
Like, that is the hardest question I've ever given you, right?
The hardest question of my life, because oh my god.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I'll do the little like snippets from the interview. That's gonna be yours right there. Waffles or pancakes? Damn, brother.
Damn, brother. Shit. I'm gonna have to say pancakes because Hawaii has some of the best pancakes you'll ever have.
Okay. And what's I'm still laughing at that reaction. And what subject were you worst at school?
Oh, math.
And what subject were you best at school?
English.
What scares you?
Oof, what scares me? What scares? Not doing everything I wanted to do.
And my favorite question, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Gosh. I'm just constantly inspired. I'd have to say my pops. because he worked very, very hard to get where he's at.
It's a good answer, man. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good people, sexy people. That wraps up our interview with the sexiest male bartender on the West Coast, and in my Instagram feed also. The one, the only Teddy Martinez. Want to remind you guys real quick, catch me on July 7th on the Miseducation of Masculinity podcast with Theodora Voss. And sign up for the new Game On with Jackson Stuart email list to receive the free 15 Confidence Commandments now. That's at gameonwithjack.aweb.page. Teddy, thank you so much for joining us. You're one of those guests that I enjoyed talking to you online. I'm glad you can make it today. You're just a personality, man. You are an influencer in every meaning of the word. I do appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, man. One more time, let people know where to find you, man.
Yeah, at Teddy's in the Mix on Instagram. Come find me. Let's talk spirits. Let's talk life. Let's not talk politics.
I hear that. My man, we'll see you soon.
All right. Peace.